Hey everybody, welcome to Sunday Evening Reflections, the segment on the channel where I kind of discuss what my pastor preached on today, my take on it, and I'll link his sermon in the description so you can listen to it too. When I walked into the sanctuary this morning and I logged into our app that we use for our church to look at the notes, when I saw what it was, I kind of wanted to leave. Not because of anything bad, because I knew some of the emotions that it would stir up. And what he talked about this morning was running from God. I know what that's like because I've done it, and I did it for years, and I still see the pieces and the lives that I damaged because I chose not to be obedient to God. And it's just a straight fact. It's not a pleasant fact, but it is a fact. And the text he took was from Jonah, verses 1 through 4. And something interesting happened today. I decided, my pastor reads from the Christian Standard Bible, and this is my Christian Standard Bible. It's one that I had rebound because I love it. It's a great translation. I think that's beautiful, but that's beside the point. I just happen to bring this. This is my Holman Christian Standard. This is the predecessor to the Christian Standard Bible. And I noticed that as he was reading these verses, I'm going to do my best to try to read along. You guys know I don't read out loud very well. But it says in verse 1, the word of the Lord came to Jonah, son of Amittai, get up, go to the great city of Nineveh and preach against it, because their wickedness has confronted me. In verse 3, it starts off with the word however. Jonah got up to flee from Tarshish from the Lord's presence. Now, the CSB didn't use the word however like the HCSB did. And I find the word however very interesting, because there's a lot of us who believe in God who happen to have a lot of howevers. I want to follow God, however. If he tells me to do something I don't want to do, I'm going to put it in B for boogie and I'm out. I've been guilty of that, sadly. Jonah did not like these people because of things they had done in the past, and my pastor elaborates on that. And it was his unforgiveness toward these people that caused him to go the opposite direction. You know, and I knew this would bring out some emotions in me, and as we were taking communion and I let all of this settle in, I began to understand how much God has done in my life and how grateful I am for what he's done in my life. Because as I sat there listening to my pastor preach, I thought about all the things that I was running from, all the people I had unforgiveness toward. I had unforgiveness toward my wife for her taking her life and leaving me here. I was angry with her. I had unforgiveness toward myself for not realizing that she was about to take her life that day and walking out. And I had unforgiveness and anger toward God for allowing all of this stuff to happen. And the years that I walked away from God, the years that I ran away from God, I'm still seeing pieces of it, even though God has is restoring me and bringing me closer to Him every single day. But I still see the pieces. I still see the damage that was done because I chose to run the opposite direction, just like Jonah did. And Jonah's choice caused a little bit of damage too. The people on the ship were affected by his choice. People are affected by our choices. There's a sermon by Vodi Bakum where he talks about, don't let me forget my sin. And I don't want to forget it either. I want to be mindful of what God has saved me from and what He's bringing me to. A lot of us are willing to serve God, but it's on conditions. But I find it interesting how Jonah's story is very similar to a lot of ours. If there's somebody we don't like or somebody we have unforgiveness toward, we don't want to minister to them. We don't want to preach repentance to them. We want to go the other way. My pastor, Pastor Larry, preached a very powerful sermon, and I will link it into the description below. I also want to encourage some communication between the subscribers on the channel. If you have a prayer request, you don't need to go into great detail. Just put it out there. Say, hey, my name's Bob. I need some prayer. We don't need to know every detail. But I want this channel to be a little group of people who pray for each other and encourage each other and bless each other is what I want this to be. Okay? I hope you enjoy the sermon. I appreciate all the subscribers. And once again, thank you for being patient with me as I learn and grow into the calling that God has on my life. So thank you for subscribing to the channel. If this video was encouraging to you and you enjoyed Pastor Larry's sermon, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. So without further ado, here's the link in the description. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful week.